Dave, slicing through the haze, from the depths of drama to brighter days. YouTube stage, where he throws his shade. No filter, just truth grenades. He's got an A rising from the wreckage. He's reborn with 600 millions. His fan base won an award-winning story told in the circus of commentaries. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown, climbing high in his digital sky. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. Recovering addict, but he's no saint. Extending a hand with no restraint. Artistic pride with a smirk so bold. Plain rage, shadow legends while the stories are told. From the jaws of addiction he emerged, from under the bridge, making other men splurge. Making other men splurge. Supa Dave, jester of truths. In a world of lies, he's got proof. In a world of clowns, he wears the crown, climbing high in his digital sky. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. The legend of Supa Dave shall never die. Light is out for Supa Dave, he's our guy. He's our guy. Because MILTOWN'S best, his battle cry.
Hey there, everybody. It's me, your long lost digital friend. My name is Super Dave. And boy, it feels rough being behind the studio, guys. You would be amazed with all the dust that has, mounted itself on my computer. So much dust, it's everywhere, because I have not been in the studio. You want to know why I have not been in this studio, guys? Because a YouTuber has chilled my speech, or so I thought. I've been trying to be fair. I've been trying to be understanding all throughout all this. We are over 2 months since a lawsuit has been filed. I still have not been served papers. And now they talk about this as a defamation lawsuit and everything of the sorts. And now I am the one who is being defamed. And I know what you're saying. Dave, this wasn't said, yada, yada, yada. When you do something by implication, it's a whole nother thing. And you guys, if you saw my posts and if you saw my short this morning, it had a lot to do with it. We're going to talk about all that today. We're also going to talk about what I've been up to. And I'm just going to speak today, even though I have not got the go ahead by certain people to speak. There are certain things I just can't hold in any longer. And I feel like a tea kettle. And I'm about to burst. All of this stems from a YouTuber who is weaponizing his wallet and the legal system in hopes to take down the little man. And that's my thoughts. And I want to say before I talk about anything at all today, everything today said on MILTOWN'S Best is my opinion. Jeremy, did you get that? Did you hear that loud enough, Jeremy Hales? Everything I say on my program, anytime, is my opinion. All right. I see OK Mima's in the chat. Jackie's here. Granny Kathy's here. Terry Silverstone. Kristen. John Cook. Kristen. You know what? A lot of those names I just named off are some of my viewers who I've come to think of as my surrogate family in a way, and I wanted to thank my viewers, right? So a couple days ago on my channel here, let me see if I can just pull this up, guys, because I was very happy to do this. You know what I'm saying? Let me pull this up here. Sorry guys, I'm still very rusty. I haven't streamed in a long time. But as you can see here, guys, it was about 4 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago now. I was so happy, right? And I offered all of my viewers free stickers because I had some printed up and I got some others printed. I had a great package deal and I printed up a bunch of stickers. And I was so excited, and I only really needed a couple of them for my field microphone, you know, where I put logos on all four things. That's called the flag for a microphone if you're a newscaster. That's gonna be coming in handy this summer. But I had all these extra stickers, and I was like, "How can I give back?" I see people like Guapo and all these other channels that do giveaways. You guys all know I am in no position where I can give big giveaways, nor am I at a point in my life, where I could do storage units, or God forbid if I did do a storage unit, I would be told I'm a copycat and all this crazy stuff that way. But one thing I can do is my graphics. I like making graphics, whether it's through AI or through my, my friends who are artistic or anything. I like art and I like stickers. Who doesn't like stickers? You could put them everywhere. Courtney Reed says in chat she loves her stickers. So I was so happy and I offered them to my viewers 6 days ago. 6 days ago, I made my first out in the public video in a long time and I mailed them. I enlisted my brother's help because I had to rebuy all the stamps that I ordered online because they got delivered to the wrong address, and that neighbor of mine kept the ones. So it was all part of the thing, and I mailed out close to 30. That's it, guys. Close to 30 stickers. 30 different individuals all over the country. In fact, I believe one or two of the envelopes went to Canada. So we could just say I shipped them all over North America. I was so happy, guys. I was so proud that my channel was able to give back for once. And it was a fun project. Just every little aspect of it I enjoyed. I enjoyed making the forum so people could send in their addresses and stuff. I was so proud that I didn't need any personal information, like really personal. Didn't ask for anybody's last names. All I asked is, "Hey, what's your YouTube name? What's your address? Your first name? And are you subscribed?" And I made sure it was all encrypted. I set it up so after I clicked sent on it, it got deleted. It was never stored on my hard drive. I was so proud of that aspect. I was so proud of being able to print the labels and then put the stickers on there. It was so fun for me, right? And it seems from the response I've been getting from everybody in the chat, you guys all really enjoyed the stickers. I've got people that said they made them into magnets. And one of those people that really enjoyed those stickers was little HG, Harley. Harley is the daughter of Michelle Preston, also known as Lynette Preston, or as Jeremy Hales calls her, Lynette Preston. And apparently, a YouTuber by the name of Travis or Willis or whatever country bumpkin name he's going by these days, I guess he was live streaming, right? Across the street. This is the famed Tube Town. The trash park carnival, where you can it's a tour destination. Didn't you all know that? Tube Town is like Universal Studios meets Gatorland. It's the peak place for tourism. I thought you guys all knew this. So apparently Mr. Willis is sitting in a chair live streaming when apparently Harley and John got their letter from me. You guys all know how I open my shows, right? It's like my bit. Supa Dave. And it's very catchy. Everybody I've ever talked to, they all are, I like your intro. That is one thing, do not change. I've always been told, do not change your entrance, your theme song, and do not change your Supa Dave, because that is you. And it has caught on. Even Harley, I've noticed a lot of younger people really dig it. They think it's, it is a gimmick, but they like it, especially Harley. So as you guys are all aware, Harley got her stickers and she was happy. And she started chanting, Supa Dave, Supa Dave. Now, this is what she thinks is in the privacy of her own backyard. If I was a kid, I would shout in my backyard all I wanted to. I would be so happy to just be in my backyard. But this own 5-year-old girl can't even play pretend or cheer or do anything she wants in her own backyard without being accused of harassment. You guys get this? While live streaming, this Willis Travis fellow, whatever you want to call him, starts saying that because little Harley, 5 years old, because little Harley is saying Supa Dave and running around the yard, Supa Dave, Supa Dave. Just that's what she's doing, right? And apparently that's harassment. So that's one thing, right, guys? That this 5-year-old kid can't even play pretend or have fun in her own backyard without being broadcast to hundreds of thousands of people. Now, I understand Travis doesn't have that many followers or subscribers. I'm talking by proxy through this whole Pro Hales conveyor belt, this whole Pro Hales ecosystem, as I will call it. It gets broadcast out there. So that turns into, not only is little Harley harassing, Jeremy Hales goes on his channel and first of all claims, I'm one of the defendants in this defamation case, even though I'm still not served. And that has been causing so much anguish and anxiety and agita in my life. And he knows it. He knows this, and he's doing it. It's psychological warfare. He is intending, in my opinion, to inflict emotional distress. That's only one of it. Harassment is a whole nother portion of it. Now, with what happened yesterday, I can add claims of, so I'm not even going to dive into it, but he goes on his video yesterday and likened me sending stickers to my viewers, more specifically to John and Harley, to me being a PDF file. He said this within the first 2 minutes of his video. He equated me sending MILTOWN'S Best stickers to, I'll just call them a father-daughter, even though I know their dynamic is complex. He equated me doing that to have some perverted, disgusting, sickening connotation to it. Really, really sickens me, right? Who does that, right? And I see there was somebody in the chat, and thank you to Kristen, really helping me out with that. I'm gonna need mods to be on because we don't have big time numbers. They outnumber us so much here. I see Miss Preston is in the chat and she says, "Hello, Dave. We love the stickers." And Harley,
you're awesome.
Supa
Thank you
Dave,
so much.
smiley face emoji.
Thank you so much. Who's that from? Oki Mima. Thank you so much, Oki Mima. It's greatly appreciated. $5 super chat. Feels good to be back. Um, the damage that has been done to my channel, it's serious. And that's all because of somebody trying to chill my speech and intimidating me and vexing me with harassing lawsuits. And I'm going to talk about that at some point today too, as well, because I have been silent for much too long. And I am really at a point where I physically am about to burst. I feel like the misinformation campaigns and the psychological warfare and the shizzy whiz nuts of it all, putting these letters out there and the degrading and everything is disgusting. And what set me off was yesterday's video from Jeremy Hales on his What the Hales YouTube channel, where he likened my actions to that of a PDF file without giving proper context that I gave shit and stickers away to anybody on my channel. And in the case, it really upset me, guys. So let's just go to what I wrote, because this is what kind of started it off for me, guys. I just couldn't stay silent because he has 750,000 subscribers at this point. And he put that thought in all of their heads now. Now they are going to look at me and they are gonna equate those two things, even though they didn't get the full situation, none of it. They just assume I'm out here, uh, you know, doing weird shit, which it's just upsets me so. So this is what I wrote this morning after
You're
watching
awesome!
3 minutes.
Glad to see you back, Dave. You got this.
That is a $10 super chat from Ellen Highwater that says, "You just heard it. Glad to see you back, Dave. You got this." And guys, yeah, I gotta speak. I gotta speak. I'm so this is getting out of hand. And then with the drone stuff, which I want to touch on as well, we got a lot to talk about. So I'm gonna probably be on for a little bit today, guys. I hope you guys are along for this crazy ride I'm on. But let's just take a look right now, guys. At this is the post I put this morning. Tell me if I'm in the right by posting this, because I would really like some feedback on this, guys.
Ha 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 ha. Just watch the first 3 minutes of an evil man's video. Wow, if this man-child I sue aware of my public postings, he would know that I offered stickers to all my viewers and mailed out stickers all across the country. I was asked by a guardian, father figure, to send stickers to them both, as the shipping label was addressed to the adult. Making anyone think anything nefarious was going on is not only sick, but a reflection of one's own demented mind. Didn't this same person accuse those who he is in litigation with of putting sick and twisted accusations on others? Now here he is defaming by implication. You are a sick puppy with a dark mind. I can't help I have a catchy intro to my videos. Maybe you should workshop something, bud. Furthermore, I have nothing to do with your whipping boy. Saying my name should not be taken as an insult because I don't give a flying rat's turd about some middle-aged man playing junkyard carnival games on your land while dangling and polishing your ball bag for clicks and clout. To end on making people think giving a kid some stickers is a sick act in itself is bad faith. But let's apply that logic to the man who openly boasted about buying lots of children gifts and filming them while it's done. You see the implication? Taking something that was good-hearted and done with only the intent of making someone smile and twisting the narrative to make an enemy out of another makes me sick.
So yeah, I wrote that. That was how I felt this morning, everybody. And more specifically, I think the part about let's just talk about Christmas in the Creek. You know, I could easily put a sick twist on that. Oh, you like buying toys for kids, huh? You like filming them opening toys, huh? It's pretty weird, pretty thing. You could eat, but nobody does that because it was done in a good-hearted way. It was done with the intention of, excuse me 1 second, guys. It was done with good intentions, just as my stickers was just a good intention. But they took that and they used it as a way to try to smear me and make me look in a way that I most definitely am not. Really hurts my feelings. So I just wanted to get that out. And then another thing I found fascinating is everybody says that this man projects. He projects everything that he says others are doing, he himself is doing. For example, he said that Michelle Preston makes all these wild accusations about anybody that comes into contact with her daughter. They all are essayists or something weird, or they all end up being horrible and this and that. And I haven't seen any example of that, and I've known that family now for maybe 2.5 years and never seen one example of that. But I have seen it from Jeremy. Jeremy is the one who's putting this on everybody. Think about it. The projection confession it's almost signed, sealed, and delivered at this point. And how anybody could sit there and sign on and co-sign somebody like this talking the way he has been talking. Just because you talk in a calm demeanor does not mean you're not speaking evil, sick, nasty stuff. I am at this point where I can't even watch his videos anymore. I tried watching the one from yesterday. I made it through 3 minutes. 3 minutes. I can't. It's evil. And how this I don't even want to call him a fan base anymore because it's so far past a fan base. When a majority, he's got about 3,000. We'll call it what it is. 3,000
You're
soldiers.
awesome.
Love you.
Thank you. That's a $4.99 super chat from Tiny Tim. Thank you so much, Tiny Tim. Let's just call it like it is. The man has about 3,000 paying, loyal soldiers at his beck and call. He does. It's that, in my opinion, is in my mind, it's a fact that I don't know his analytics. I don't know that, but he has people that are paying monthly fees for his channels. And then he has people that are paying direct payments to his lawyers. And I just want to let it be known that majority of the people in this 11 defendant lawsuit that he's filing, a majority of them have not been speaking. Even beforehand, some of these are emails he's talking about, private conversations he's talking about, crazy shit he's talking about. And the only vocal one here is the plaintiff. Do you know, if you read the lawsuit and the amended complaint, he quotes one thing I said in my December 3rd video I made. And that video was about Bruce Matskin's motion to preclude video from the deposition so YouTube content cannot be made out of it. And when he inserted a quote in that lawsuit, said I said it, I was reading a transcript. It was on my screen. I was reading from a court document, and then I inserted, yeah, that's right. I'm getting sued for reading a court document and saying, yeah, that's right. And you want to know what the funny part is truth. Truth is the absolute defense against defamation. The quote that I was talking about was being a God-fearing Christian and this, and that, and how he took 7 days to break down his deposition of Michelle Preston and aired it in sequence over a week's period. I have all the videos recorded. I have all the screenshots. I have all the comments section recorded. It reads like an episodic drama, a courtroom drama. So that is the truth. He did do that. He did break it down. And in my opinion, it was done to embarrass, belittle, and harass her. Now, Dave, why do you say that? Because the court case was over when he put this on YouTube. It was already dismissed. There was no education purpose. There was nothing that could be served other than embarrassment, belittling, and humiliation that could come from that. My opinion. So I'm getting sued for that and reading a court document. Then he says I'm a part of some conspiracy. Some big conspiracy. Dave, you're a part of a conspiracy. Why is that? Because I was on Two Leaves in a Pod. Oh, and I interviewed Ray Bone Crusher. No, that doesn't fly, sir. That doesn't fly. I don't talk to these people. We have no ulterior motives. There is nothing you can put to that makes. All I did is I saw a chance to collaborate with other YouTubers and share my audience with them and vice versa, much as you have been doing nonstop since your case has, came over. And it's fascinating to me for somebody that says, we're done with YouTubers. We will never make another YouTube friend again. All they do is use and abuse us. I am so done. Never again. But I say whoop whoop. You have all these new YouTube friends all of a sudden. You got Megan and Tug, and now it's Jay Hipsher and all these other people, Shizzy Wiznut, all new YouTube friends. All you did is you traded out the old storage people that, in my opinion, you ran through all the storage people, showed your true color to the storage YouTubers to the point where they shunned you and banished you to the nether realms where you were alone and couldn't find anybody to collaborate with. And now you just picked up the law tubers. So how long is it going to be before these law tubers see you for who you really are and they start banning? That's just online life. I was a member of the commentary community. I know how these online circles rotate. It's not a big thing, but your lies are there, sir. You said you would never be, you're done with YouTubers. Your circle's closed. Well, since you've said your circle is closed, sir, I've seen you take in 5 new people into your sphere of influence. I see Terry Silverstone in chat says, in his content-driven community, perception outweighs and hides the truth. For how long, though? For how long? And what's really telling is anybody, any single person, guys, that speaks out remotely in opposition, not even in opposition, but let's just say you have differing views than the narrative that is being spoon-fed to a majority of casual viewers. Those that are not interested enough to dig for themselves and see the truth. You are enemy number 1, and it starts with the dealings, the Twitter people. I believe Michael Volpe is experiencing that right now. I experienced that 3 years ago, and it almost drove me to the mental institution. I had people like DJ Radis doxing me and threatening me if I keep going, they're going to show up at my house. I have all these screenshots. I have proof of this diabolical fan base. Now, I'm not going to say it's ordered by this YouTuber, but it damn sure is not discouraged by that YouTuber. Which, just like this whole drone situation, he makes a whole big deal about the shade curtains that were put up to obtain more privacy from a person who is milking like a cow, farming the Prestons for content, just milking the metaphorical content teats of Miss Preston and John, just sitting there milking away. And God forbid the cow ran dry all of a sudden, right? The cow's dry because of these shade cloths. So now let's do drones. Because didn't you guys know this lady's fence, this lady's house, her whole life, it's just for show, guys. It's just for you guys to laugh at. She is a spectacle for you to gawk and laugh at, not help, not try to see their side of anything, not trying to be there with any sympathetical heart or arm for their shoulder. Didn't you guys know it is our right? They have to let us inspect their yard with drones and all this crazy stuff. That's how I feel. I feel like this YouTuber is saying it's all okay. Yeah, put your drones up. This is a tourist attraction. Come see the famous Otter Creek Wall. What the fuck is that? This lady had to put this fence up because she wants some privacy. The kid can't even play in the yard and chant Supa Dave without a whole story going out on the internet that it's harassment, that this kid is being trained to harass. What is this turning into? And who is going to help this family? Who is going to help this town? Drone tours? What the? I hope to Christ you are trolling. And if you are not trolling, sir, you need, yes, I'm going to say what you need to do, sir. You need to disavow. You need to say, no, that is not okay. People deserve their privacy. All I can think about is what this YouTuber would say, what this YouTuber would do, the videos, the rage, the outrage about not having privacy. If somebody did this to the YouTuber, imagine what would happen if the YouTuber saw drones going over his property. He would film them and talk about how he moved to the middle of the woods for privacy and he can't even get that. And most importantly, we would hear, "It's illegal. It's illegal." We would hear that 1,000 times in a 5-minute video. If it is illegal for you, sir, and you would not like it to be done to you, why is it okay to do that to this family? Furthermore, right, this man is holding a grudge from like late 2022, early 2023. Seriously, the last time that John or Michelle were at all verbal towards this YouTuber, like actually jousting with this YouTuber, was almost 3 years ago now. They have been silent and have been not engaging. They have still to this day, they have no platform besides their tiny little private Facebook group, which I don't even think is around anymore. I'm not sure. They are not instigating at all. But that is this YouTuber's bread and butter, in my opinion. He's thriving on it to the point where he now is saying he has the rights to do this and he has the rights to do that. Whether you have the rights or not to, sir, is irrelevant. Are you a human being? How would you feel if it was done to you? Do you care? Or are you going to let some petty bullshit from 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago, you're still going to harbor that hate? How Christian-like is that? We hear all this stuff. You know, George acts like she's some historian on Miss Preston. She acts like she's some expert on George. Do you guys know she really only have had 2 in-person conversations with George? What does that say? But we are looking to these people, not me, but the common casual viewers are looking to these people as experts in Prestonology. I feel like they are treating the Prestons, Miss Preston, John Cook, and them as if they are like zoo animals that are at beck and call for content and leisure. Whenever they want content, let's just go milk the Prestons. How much longer is this going to be accepted? Because it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger by more and more YouTubers. And we can see that now with this drone stuff. And they're renting condos and everything for the Otter Creek experience. What the fuck is an Otter Creek experience? What the fuck are you going to do in Otter Creek besides gawk at somebody's property, their livelihood, everything that they are putting, whether it's up to your standards or not? To them, that is home. To them, that is what they are working for. To them, that is their livelihood. So the Otter Creek experience, in my opinion, is going to laugh at somebody else's misfortune. How is this Christian-like? How is this okay? There are no 5-star restaurants in Otter Creek. There's a post office and a Herschel's. There's nothing there. How, what is going to come of all of this? Now I hear there's condos for rent and everything, and the Willis guys got trailers. They're gonna do like air. What else are you gonna offer them besides go gawk at the Prestons? Think about this. Doesn't make sense to me, and it hurts. I am hurting physically because what started with just this family has now expanded to any single person who has opened their hearts and felt they needed to say something. They become public enemy number one. Whether you are a cardinal or a saint, this YouTuber and his cohorts will find something to shame you on and embarrass you with, and do whatever they can to make you feel less than. It's narcissistic behavior, guys. It's narcissistic behavior, which reminds me a lot of Rebecca Zung, guys. I don't know if you guys are up on Rebecca Zung. Hold on one second. She is an expert in narcissistic behaviors, guys, and I highly encourage you guys to check out this channel. I don't know if the mods can please put this channel in the chat, but it's Rebecca Zung, and it's at Rebecca Zung Esquire. She is one of the nation's top lawyers. She does so much, and I agree with Granny Kathy, by the way. Side note, Granny Kathy says he has casted a dark cloud over Otter Creek. And I completely agree with that. I really do agree with that. Rebecca Zung is an expert in narcissistic behaviors. And if you watch this, let me just go to some of her popular videos and we can sample one together. She'll tell you how to defeat a narcissist and all the narcissist's favorite catchphrases. Let's watch something that sounds good. Dealing with narcissist fake accusation. This goes right with what we were talking about today. So let's just sample a little bit of Rebecca Zung and see what she has to say, guys.
Narcissists love to accuse you of things falsely. That is their MO. In this video, I'm going to give you 6, yes, count them, 6 ways to deal with narcissist false allegations. You will not want to miss this video, so stay tuned.
She's really on point. I've learned so much from Rebecca.
Hey
guys.
there, I'm Rebecca Zung, and I am an attorney. I am a narcissist negotiation expert. And on this channel and in these videos, I teach you how to deal with the drama, trauma, and chaos of narcissists, and how to get, most importantly, how to get out of these relationships with narcissists. So and you are not just romantic. Going to want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so that you can make sure that when I upload brand new content, you are the first to know, and you will be able to jump right on it and watch these brand new videos. Okay. So make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay.
And if you could do that to my channel too.
What do narcissists love to do? They love to accuse you of things falsely. Why do they love to accuse you of things falsely? Because they love to trigger you. They love to get under your skin. But let's take that a step even further. Okay. So what has been going on in your relationship? All right. So first of all, you have probably been supplying them. You've been giving them narcissistic supply. It started off where they love bombed you. They love bombed you. They came on super strong, were impossible to resist. They were charming, they were charismatic, they seemed perfect at the beginning. Am I right? Okay. Now, you thought that they were amazing. You thought they were wonderful. Maybe you thought they even loved you. Maybe you thought that they were perfect, all of these things. Now, it was all a manipulation. I'm sorry to have to tell you this. It was all a manipulation. It was all meant to get this form of supply. I know somebody that this applies to. I have to tell you, there are a couple of different kinds of supply. What you've probably been giving them is like the best form of supply. And the best forms of supply for them are adulation, service, making them look good, really, really stroking their ego at the top level.
And guess who's doing that right now? The whole
different
pro
phases of a
ecosystem that this
narcissistic
guy's got
relationship.
going.
There's
They're
the
stroking
love
his
bombing,
ego.
and then you go into the devaluing, and then there's the discarding. And I have videos, by the way, on all the different phases of a narcissistic relationship: the love bombing, the devaluing, and the discarding. Definitely check out my videos on all of those phases of a narcissistic relationship if you haven't checked those out.
Good.
When you go to leave a narcissistic
This is where stuff gets
relationship,
heavy.
whether it's you leaving or them leaving, that's when you go into that discard phase. That's when you see that smear campaign start.
Sound familiar?
That's the birth of the smear campaign. By the way, it can start even before you even realize that the discard phase has started. All right. And I do have a whole video on how to shut down a narcissist smear campaign.
That's an interesting idea,
but
Michelle.
What's happening is,
I would wait a little
during
bit, in my
this
opinion, just to
discard
things cool off
phase
a little bit.
is that you've become public enemy number one. And
There you go.
you're
We
no
become
longer
public
giving
enemy
them
number
the
one.
best form of supply anymore. So now they're going to want to continue to get supply from you, but they're just going to take it in the lower form of supply, which is making you miserable, making you squirm, showing them that they can still have control over you in some way.
Yeah.
And so how are they going to do that? They're going to do these false allegations. And so
False allegations sound familiar?
Either through the court system.
Sound familiar?
Which is what I've seen as an attorney, by the way, over and over and over again. I mean, they file this stuff either through the pleadings. So you'll see it in the divorce pleadings. Well, they'll actually say these things in the divorce petition.
Yeah.
They'll say father was a, molester. I mean, I've seen that. Horrible, horrible things like that, or a wife beater or a child beater, or, they will say, the worst possible things you can imagine, where you think, oh my gosh, I never even touched them. The worst possible things. Or they will just even say things like they didn't pay child support, they withheld money, things like that. Or they spent lots of money. They spent lots of money on the people, lies about.
I mean, it goes on and on and on, guys. I highly recommend you check out some of Rebecca's videos. She has taught me so much about dealing with a narcissist. And I feel, in my opinion, I am dealing with a narcissist. One of the best narcissists out there. One of the most armed financially. I shouldn't say armed like that. Armed financial thing. But here's the rub, guys. I have been so in my chest about everything, guys. The law is on my side. I have done nothing wrong. I read a court document. As in the amended complaint, he says, I went on a YouTube stream, which I went on 3 streams, and said nothing negative on any of those streams. Never even mentioned his name, I don't think. And then I read a court document from Bruce Matskin and put my opinion on it. That is what I'm being sued for. The law is on my side. And he also, the bankrupt line, where he's admitted to it in transcripts of court transcripts. There's about 7 clips I have from different videos over the years where he states that is his purpose of litigation. So that adds to my claim of truth. And most importantly here, he's a public figure, and I have no malice towards this man. I simply do not want my voice chilled. I do not want my speech chilled. I want to be able to cover a public figure, just like I would cover H3 or Ethan Klein from H3, or I would cover the LOL cows, or I would cover anybody online. Kino Casino. I mean, there are so many people online, and they're all public figures. I should have the right to talk about them just like I talk about Donald Trump or anybody else. What makes this guy different? Well, He's got thin skin and a big wallet. That's all. The internet is going crazy right now, guys. The internet is going bonkers right now over this H3 drama. H3 is a podcast on the internet, and it is hosted by Ethan Klein. And Ethan Klein had one of his ex-fans called CPS on him and said his kids were rolling around in dog poop and his baby contracted giardia from the dog poop. And CPS came and it was a false call, and it was egged on by another YouTuber, Ethan Klein's enemy, or so Ethan believed. And the internet goes crazy. Everybody says calling CPS is a no-go. Or, urging your viewers to call CPS should be disavowed at all costs. That's just the YouTube thoughts on this. That is just how it is. So most of the internet is freaking out right now in support of Ethan Klein because CPS was falsely called on him one time. Guys, CPS has been falsely called on Michelle Preston 30 times. 30 times. All false reports. So if one false report is too much in the case of Ethan Klein and the H3 podcast, how come more people are not outraged over the massive amounts of all of this? 30 calls, guys. It's crazy. Rin says, doesn't it fall under freedom of speech? The thing about America is you can sue anybody for any reason. The lawyer has so far stated in this case that he filed a lawsuit and it was considered a shotgun pleading. He was asked to redo it. He redid it, kept my part mostly the same, but it's still a shotgun pleading. And that's going to cause problems. Plus, guys, there's a statute in Florida, 770.07, I believe it is. And that states that in Florida, he labels me a media figure in this lawsuit, saying that because I have 1,700 subscribers, I do is a media figure. So in Florida, and that's where I'm being sued in Florida, Florida has a law that says if you're going to sue a media figure, you have to give them 5 days notice, and in that 5 days to remedy by either writing a retraction, correction, or whatever. It's law in Florida. And I was never issued a cease and desist or any notice like, hey, we're going to sue you if you don't correct this statement, and this statement. And again, in the lawsuit, he names one statement, which is 80% a quote from a legal filing in a federal court case. That's the craziness of it is ridiculous. That is why I say this is harassment, because especially when you look at the totality of what he says my involvement in anything is, it's not factual at all. Guys, the only time I talk is when I talk in these chat rooms. I don't really email, and when I do email, most of you guys hate me because of how bad my communication is. I have a hard time responding and talking back and answering and stuff like that. I do. It's just part of me. So there is no organization, communication, mass setup or anything like that. There's not. I don't care at all. I don't want this YouTuber to be down
You're
and
awesome!
Germ's way of intimidation in instilling fear, name calling and lying about Peep's character. All mouth.
I agree, Peps. Thank you so much, Peps. That means the world to me. Thank you so much. 2 Lees in a pod. Lisa is here. Lisa, I'm streaming. I'm live. The guy poked me and got a reaction out of me. He really did. And it just sucks, you know. I watched Lisa's live stream last night, guys. I did, and I was, you know, I was like, okay, she's giving her recap of everything she's talking about. I was like, let's just see how bad this is. Most importantly, I wanted to hear this calm new voice he's been displaying. You know, we all know the guy's preacher voice, but now he's got this new calm voice that he's been exhibiting. So I wanted to hear that. I made it through 3 minutes, and then the first 3 minutes, he likened me to a PDF file. I lost my shit. So he, you know, he's getting, as Rebecca Zung would say, he's getting his supply out of me today. And that's okay, because I've been biting my tongue for so long. And I'm at the point where it's like the law is on my side. It all sunk in on me, and I'm like, I don't care. This is wrong. Everything that is going on is wrong, and it's getting way out of hand. Everything has crossed so many boundaries. Now this man needs to publicly disavow flying a drone over anybody's property. That's first and foremost. And I'm not trying to act like I'm telling this guy what he should do. Common sense, self-respect, and respect for your neighbor, loving thy neighbor, should tell you that you should disavow this. The way he is letting some of these people behave is ridiculous. Guys, they, you know, Slug, we all know about Slug, right? And I knew about Slug's past and everything. This man was just on a Wall Smashers he was on like this little podcast the other day, and you would think he would have learned his lesson, right? You would think he would have learned his lesson of throwing out crazy accusations. He was on this little podcast the other day, and he was trying to get Huggy Bear, who's another YouTuber who's actually doing really good on YouTube right now. Good for Huggy Bear. And he was trying to get Huggy Bear to call another YouTuber a PDF file. And he was making fun of Huggy because Huggy didn't want to use such verbiage. And I could not believe the man who almost got sued and would have lost for calling somebody a PDF wrongfully is now trying to encourage others to do it. That's the side that this is all coming from. That's the good guys. They say they're the good guys. How are they the good guys when I turn this on and I hear Slug, who thinks he's better than everybody and is righteous, and he is Megan Fox's #1 fan and all this crazy shit, and he's sitting there trying to encourage somebody else. I don't know the story that they were talking about, but he was literally bullying little Huggy Bear into saying those words, and it was disgusting. And the fact that they are aligning with somebody like that, it amazes me. And when all this shit gets to court and depositions occur, and poor Slug gets deposed, and he has to give up all of his chat logs and all of his alt accounts that show that he's been alt accounts that have been kissing up to J Hip and all this other stuff, which is my opinion, of course. It's not going to look good for the Slugger when all of his dirty deeds are going to come out in this court case. And so are so many other people's dirty deeds. Because you guys just don't got to understand, if this goes that far, it just won't be my discovery. It'll be my discovery, Lisa's discovery, Robbie's discovery, Patty's discovery, Marla's discovery. It's going to go far. And there's going to, the actual coming together of it all, it's not going to look good. It's not going to look good for that side.
You're awesome!
So proud of you, Supa Dave. You are genuine, honest, and of good character. Stay that way. Much love. Red heart emoji.
Thank you, Granny Kathy. That's a $5 super chat. I'm going to be me. That is one thing I've learned through all of this. I'm going to be me. Whether it's right to some of you, wrong to some of you, whether I'm weird to some of you, whether I'm a pussy to some of you guys, whether I'm a crybaby, whether I'm an autistic loser, whether I'm any of those things, I am Supa Dave. And I am going to be myself. And at the end of the day, I will sleep at night knowing I'm myself. I am me. Since there are 500 mods in here, I'm going to get my day started. Love you, Supa Dave. Pebs, I love you. Are there that many mods here? Kristen, Pebs, Tiny Tim, Two Lees. I suppose there are a bunch of mods. Sorry, guys. I got to keep a clean chat. I got to. I'm not that side. They make it out like I am some bad guy. And all I want to be able to do is give my opinions. And I'm sorry if some of my opinions aren't that liked. That Shizzy guy puts his opinions out there all the time, and they're wrong half the time. The guy is like 0 for 3 with his predictions in his letters, and he still gets the right to give his opinion. I should be able to do the same. That's all I'm saying. Oh, goal met, Dave. Thank you so much, guys. Hashtag we are the good guys. I will do probably a Q&A sometime soon. I appreciate that. That's the first time I've ever met a goal on my stream. That's awesome. That is awesome. I got to figure out something to do for those guys. Well, we wouldn't be here if that wasn't true, Kristen said. That means the world to me. What does this say here? Shar says, Dave, I discovered Rebecca Jung about 4 years ago, and I watched a lot of her videos. One is about dealing with narcissists in a courtroom situation. Going to point it out to Lisa. Very interesting. Yeah, I have so much respect. And like I said, I have learned so much from Rebecca Jung. She has something called the SLAY method, and that is supposed to help you with dealing with these type of people. And they say that these type of people are the worst to deal with in court. And all I think it's going to take is, I personally think it's going to take the judge saying the wrong thing one time. And that's all it's going to take, because then he'll see that side of the narcissist, and that might change a lot. And then watch my prediction is then we'll start seeing the screams of bias, the screams of wanting a new judge, the screams of new motions being filed. And watch, I bet you that's going to happen. I'm at this point where I'm no longer afraid. I'm at this point where it's like, man, it's been months, and I'm at this point where it's like, I see guys like Richard Luthman, right? And Richard Luthman is out here, whether it's a smart or a wrong thing, the man is very intelligent. I believe he graduated from Columbia University. Very good school. Very good school. And you can't take away somebody's education. You could take away their right to practice it and help, you could take away that for some people, but that's all up here. And he has that all up here. And I see him and how strong he is, and how just laughably unafraid he is. And it gets me asking myself, Dave, what do you have? Why are you acting this way? First of all, you don't have anything to your name. You essentially are judgment proof, because there's nothing there. There's nothing there. I was serious when I told you guys I live like a monk. Dead serious. The only thing I got right now is Little Milltown's Best. That's all I got. Hey, Dan, I'm doing all right. I'm feeling good today. That's what I have. I have Milltown's Best and all of you. And here's the kicker, guys. That's enough for me. That's enough for me. To Lisa says, I'm so excited about Luthman. Yeah, the man is incredibly intelligent. And he has a way of speaking that is very reassuring in a lot of ways. And like I said, guys, I have spoken with 5 different lawyers at this point about this whole situation, and all but one of them read this and laughed. I'm not lying. And I'm at that point where it's like, what's gonna come is gonna come. I just gotta go along for the ride. But if everybody is gonna sit here and give their takes on everything, I'm gonna give my takes on it too. And I'm not out here talking about litigation privilege or this or that. I'm going to continue to give my opinion. And the guy always says, "It's my life. It's my life." Guys, well, now we're at the point where this is my life. This is my life. So, in my story, you are a villain, sir. And just like in your story, I'm a villain. But don't tell me I don't have a right to tell my story. The balls it takes you to chill my speech with such ludicrous bullshit. And the fact that it's been working on me. The fact that you have had this grasp on me. And literally, you don't know. I've been filming a diary every night, showing you guys what time it is that I'm laying down at bed. I've been doing it for 2 months now, since this has all been announced. You guys do not understand the toll this whole ordeal has done on me emotionally, mentally, physically. More physically is really the truth. And let's find out if this was all done intentionally. If this man intentionally inflicted this distress on me and everything for nothing. This is, you don't understand what I've been going through, and especially when people talk about harassment and everything like that. This man could speak to his loyals. This man could speak in a private message to his members only and say, cut the shit. Leave everybody involved in this lawsuit alone. Don't harass or troll them. He could do it if he wanted to. The fact that he doesn't tells me he's sticking up for it. Right? Darwin says, Dave standing up for what is right. Appreciate that. Thule says, absolutely he did. Remember, and then here's another thing, guys. Everybody gives me shit because I privatized my video. That was me trying to be professional, right? That is what would have happened had he actually done what the law says and sent me proper paperwork saying, hey, if you don't correct this in 5 days, we're going to sue you. I would have folded. What's that saying? Fold like the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. I would have tucked in and I would have privatized it all because I didn't want to smoke. So that is for me to show the courts, hey, I'm still a team player here. This man is going above and beyond to vex me and harass me and torture me with this lawsuit. And I've already took the shit offline, and I would have done it had he followed the law the right way. That is why my videos are private. The showiness of it all, the big top theatrics, the Barnum and Bailey of it all is ridiculous to me. He knows that probably 8 out of the 11 defendants in this case don't have shit. But he's proceeding forth because ad revenue, guys, and trial time, if I'm correct, if anything goes to trial, it will be right around Q4. And we all know about YouTube's Q4 analytic rates. We all know that. That's just business. The man is a businessman. But in my opinion, the courts are not to be abused for you to make content. If you were legitimately defamed, sir, and you legitimately had paperwork showing it and everything, touche, sir. But all we've got is jocularity and bullshit from you and your cohorts. And more is coming out every single day. And I only hope the people keep seeing things. If the internet can be so outraged, if they can be so outraged about Ethan Klein having CPS falsely called on him once, how come this mother who has had CPS called on her 30 times, all false claims, which stem from a YouTuber and his content, how come that gets a pass? But the one call for Ethan Klein is the end of the world. More voices need to be, this needs to be seen by more normies, not people that are subscribers to either side, to be quite honest and frank with you. Thomas Collins in the chat. Hey, Thomas. It's all a scare tactic, Dave. He uses the cease and desist letter to scare you. Same thing he did to me, but I'm over it. I know his tactics. He don't scare me anymore. I'm at that point where it's I can't months, guys. The man scared me into not leaving my bed. I don't want to get emotional and talk about it. The man literally stitched, I shouldn't say literally, the man figuratively stitched my lips shut and made me afraid to comment on stuff about me and my life. No more. No more. Concerned Planet says, I hope he can afford the countersuits. You'd be amazed with some of these countersuits that I've heard different people alleging that they're gonna do. Just such craziness, guys. It's a message from my therapist. Dan says he doesn't want this to happen to anyone else. That's so BS. I can smell it here in Philly. Yeah, I mean, I hope somebody subpoenas his CPM and what his CPM was when he was doing storage content, as opposed to what his CPM is from this kind of content. That number alone will speak volumes, as opposed to when you when you subpoena how much an average video where he trashes Miss Preston makes, as opposed to a video where he just goes through trash. People are going to be trying to subpoena whatever they can to prove they're right, that they are in the right for having an opinion. And I hope he understands he's putting himself in that predicament. Lisa says that's what he does, manipulates and gaslights. And I agree. I agree. So much manipulation. And that's what in my opinion, that calm voice that he was exhibiting, that's just it feels to me like a manipulation. It feels icky to me when he puts that voice on. It really does. Lisa says the countersuits will go after what he has and his future income. And I agree. Tiny Tim says, thank everyone for being so loving. You guys don't understand. Me even coming on here today was, I've been wanting to stream for so long, and I would promote it. Then I'd get cold feet thinking, what if you say this or what if you say that? And what if you jeopardize this? And I think that is what is keeping me so in my feelings. You guys are, like I said, you guys are my YouTube family. I know Thomas Collins says that quite often. YouTube family. You guys are my YouTube family. So why can't I tell my family what I'm feeling and what I'm going through? And I'll tell you what, hearing those first couple minutes of that YouTuber's video this morning, talk about manipulation. Dude really, really likened me giving sticker, like seriously, if I had that same logic, you doing Christmas in the Creek makes you a weird guy, bro. If I go by that logic, do you think about what you say before you say it ever, bro? Maybe you might be autistic. So I just so guys, what else do we got going on, guys? Dan says, I pray that those who are countersuing Germ put that fool out of business for good. And see, that's the thing. I have no malice, Dan. I have no malice towards him. You want to know what I want? I want to be able to call this guy an asshole without fear of being sued. I want to be able to report on his actions without fear of retaliation, not only from him, but his cohorts. And I think a lot of the once a lot of the, they always talk about, this is the side that has sock puppets and all this. Guys, I have no sock puppet accounts. And I think it's going to be fascinating. I can't wait till like the notices to preserve evidence. I can't wait till those start going out and things like that, because then we're going to really start seeing the harassment levels that some of these people are taking. I know, I shouldn't say I know. I have a feeling that a lot of it's going to go back to a certain person, and it's going in the direction of Michael Volpe. And I spoke a little bit on that earlier. Once all this stuff comes out, I just don't understand. Like I said, guys, when I saw that guy Slug trying to get that dude to call somebody a pediatrician, you telling me you will not sit here and call him that? That's legitimately what he said. He's like, you will not sit here and Huggy. Why won't you? And I'm like, dude, didn't you learn your lesson, bro? You calling somebody that almost got your ass sued, and you had to cower down and forego all your morals, forego all your balls, forego all you stand for, just to kiss ass, kiss the ring, to wiggle your way out of it, slime your way out of it like a slug. And now you still are on that thing, and you're now encouraging others to call people such a negative thing when you yourself do not know. Percy Palomop. I like that. It's going to be a lot, man. It's going to be a lot. Percy Palomop, is that the YouTuber or the dentist? Toolies, he has thought of his divorce was bad. He needs to multiply that 11 times, probably more. And here's the thing, guys. You guys do understand that Randall Shockett, he is on record telling Judge Bolitho that he will not fight the pro se litigants and counter their motions. He's on record stating that. So how is he gonna look if any of these pro se litigants put an immaculate motion in front of him? He's gonna want to fight that, but he has already said on record he's not gonna counter the pro se litigants' motions. How's that gonna look if you flip flop on that? Captain Contrived and Percy Palomop. Oh, guys, that is a good one. I'm telling you, it feels good to be live, guys. I've been going for how long now? It's been an hour and 15 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. Shot out of a cannon. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. Feels good to get all this out there. And Guapo, Guapo was like, you need to do it. You need to do it. And I should have done it sooner, guys. I get in my head sometimes, man. I really do. The dentist. Gotcha. And I know you can't ask questions during a deposition, guys, but who else is going to look at my bicuspids, dog? I mean, maybe I'm shutting up. John says, keep talking, Dave. You need it. And that's cool. I got a message from one of my viewers, and they knew I was down. They knew I was hurting, and they knew I was in a really bad place. And they said, go on and talk. Even if you don't talk about, the stuff you've been talking about, just talk. People are here for you. And I just want to tell that viewer, thank you. Thank you for saying that. It really meant the world to me. And I think that had a lot to do with, my little sticker giveaway. I was just so happy that a lot of you guys stuck by me through the everything, and you know it meant the world to me. It meant the world to me. And as they always was that saying, no good deed goes unpunished. And my thank you for sending out stickers was the accusation that I'm fugazi or whatever. Crazy. Yeah, I'm surprised Lisa's up early too. So true, Thomas. Okimima says, I love seeing you smile and laugh. Thank you. This is what I love doing, guys. And you don't understand. I felt like I said, figuratively, I felt like this man was stitching my lips shut, taking this away from me. You guys putting this studio together, putting this together is my world. You know what I'm saying? This was awesome, and I hadn't even really got a chance to bust into it all. And then I got, this guy coming in like this, just telling everything it's going to court. And that's not cool. He really, not not cool. Everything's going to court. It's going to court. But regardless if it's going to court or not, buddy, I'm gonna still speak because I love making videos. I love making graphics like this, and it's my right to make graphics like this. Darwin says he didn't get stickers. You should have filled out the form. I'll do another giveaway shortly here, guys. I'll put them all together, and we'll do it because I know there's a lot of people. I got a couple people that said they'd want them. Guys, I'm working on a storybook. I got different templates for my Supa Harley character. It's gonna be a children's book. I mean, I am using AI to help me with it. I'm going through different styles of art that AI can do, and there's like one style. These are just let me make it abundantly clear before people start claiming anything. I am going to be writing a fictional children's book about fictional characters. This is in no means Jeremy Hales. This is a literal germ is the villain, not to be taken as that. And Supa Harley is Supa Harley. And I'm going through different versions of her. And the first episode is going to be Supa Harley versus the big bad germ. Not that germ again, guys. And these are not official. These are just different, where my mind is going. I'm kind of thinking everything out. And basically Harley feels like she's going to be taken away because the big bad germ is putting videos out on the internet saying that her parents are no good and everything. Yeah, and Harley has her super Jeep. She plays around in her yard on her Jeep, and she ends up, I don't want to spoil everything where I want to go with this, but here's a little, like, here's some of the opening, guys. I thought was really cute. Hold on. I don't know if it'll let me read the opening.
Sure, she had chores
You're
and
awesome!
homework and sometimes
Buy some
forgot to eat her
stickers.
vegetables, but she also had a spark of joy, a spark of power. She lived with her mom and John in a cozy house at the edge of town, where every day was filled with laughter, imagination, and purple adventures in her big battery-powered Jeep. No villains, no drama, just peace.
So I'm having a lot of fun with it, guys, and like I said, I'm still trying to like lock in what the Supa Harley character is gonna look like. Because like I said, guys, this is a fictional story based off fictional characters. There is one of the logos for Super Harley. Again, this is where we're going. That is the big bad germ. He's kind of doing his thing there. He makes videos and he's going after the mom and dad of little Harley. Like I said, I'm going through different versions, and here is the logo with the Super Jeep, and you can see her little mask and silhouette there. And I did design the actual Super Harley logo, and the Harley logo, in my opinion, is way better. The actual logo is way better than my logo. So I mean, it's something fun, and like I said, fictional story. Uh, she says she's in tears. Aw, I hope you like it. It's gonna be a positive children's story. Positive children's story with a moral about online bullies. That is what is gonna be something good that is gonna come out of my feelings as of late. Um, I'm so happy you guys are digging it. And if I want to give it away for free, uh, and I want to print out some copies. Originally, I was thinking of maybe doing like a college fund for a kid or something. Um, but we'll see what happens. I think it might be more enjoyable to make it a free book. And everybody says, "Why aren't you trying to make money?" This isn't about money, guys. To be honest, this is helping my mental health in a lot of ways. It really is helping my mental health, and I think it could be something cute and fun, and it could help some people. Copyrighted soon, Kevin Chase. Should I? Should I really copyright it? You guys think? Lots of errors in that stuff because I used a lot of AI to help me with it. But the story is all mine. I've wrote the whole story, and you got to use like there's firewalls on the internet, and firewalls block out all the bad stuff. So my hero, she's gonna have a shield, and the shield is gonna help block out all the bad bully stuff. It's something I'm going through in my head. Dave, you need to charge for that book. I don't know if anything happens, it would be a college fund for a kid. I think it would be something awesome. Um, and my daughter has a book on Amazon about bullying. Ironically, I think there's not enough books written about it. And this story will be unique because it's instead of the parents trying to help the kid from being bullied, it's gonna be the kid trying to help the parents from being bullied. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of a twist on it. Dude, I thought it could be good. I thought it could be pretty cool. Yes, copyrighted. Everybody's okay. I'll look into it. I'll definitely look into it. Yes, copyrighted, because if you don't know, it will be stolen for sure. Dave, I got publishing connection. I could send you to if you want to do it. Yes, Lisa. I think this would be a fun thing. And like I said, I've been working on it. And children's books. People act like it's not a big thing to write a children's book. It's fun, and I keep thinking, it could be something cool to come out of all my bullshit that I've been going through with everything. Everybody talks. Just because I'm older doesn't mean that I don't feel a lot of the shit people say about me. I'm not like I give Lisa kudos every day for how strong Lisa is. Lisa takes all the shit they throw at her and makes art out of it, literally. And I let it affect me. And this book is my way of kind of trying to not let it affect me. And I'm excited. But you do want to US copyright. Okay, I'll look into copywriting it for sure. He just published it right now. They can't. Oh wow. That'd be crazy. But you do want to. Okay. Oh, that's awesome. I think it'll be a good story, guys. And again, I want to reiterate the bad guy in my story. It's a literal germ, guys. It's a literal germ. You know, if you know, you know, kind of thing, more or less. So, with all that being said, what else you guys got for me? I kind of hit all my talking points, and I said my piece, but I wanted to kind of chat with you guys for a little bit. Did I miss a super? I did miss a super chat. Tiny Tim, 1999. Buy some stickers. I'll do that, and we'll do a giveaway. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do, Tiny Tim, for sure. It says you need to charge for that book. We want you to benefit from it, and it's amazing. Nope. Like I said, guys, that would be if I do anything. All profits would go to like a college fund. That's what that would be. Like I said, guys, I'm living within my means. It is what it is, you know. Yeah, or going towards online bullying. It's becoming an issue. It really is, and we're hearing lots of suicide stories about kids, especially kids that might have put pictures out on the internet or something, and they're afraid it's going to get leaked, so they kill themselves. All stemming from online bullying. And it's a new age we live in, 2025, guys. Bullying isn't going on the schoolyard anymore. It's going on in cyberspace. And that's funny because in my story, they have to go into cyberspace to fight each other. It's a good little idea I got. I think it'll be cool. Yes, and don't forget about Michelle. You can't. I think that family, for all they have had to endure. And guys, let me just say one thing. Lisa, Ray, myself, Michael Volpe, Richard Luthman, we have only took a percentage of the hate off of Michelle and John's back. We've tried softening the blow for them a little bit. So if you see how it's affecting people like Lisa, me, Ray, and everybody else, imagine all that before was just on this family. He needs to go somewhere. See you in federal court, buddy. That's fine. See you, bro. Send the fucking papers, bro. Send the papers. That's what I have to say to you, bro. Stop these psychological games. Stop these psychological games. Posting in people's chat rooms. Stop that. Send the papers. Send them. 2 months now, bro. I'm sick of this, bro. And now you're defaming. Now you're trying to compare me to. You are a character, bro. You are a fucking character. A fucking cartoon. Get that fucker out of my chat for real. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Talk about ruining a good mood. Talk about ruining a good mood. Let me make sure I screenshot that. Sorry, guys. I gotta just make sure I gotta make sure I got records of certain things, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. I can't believe that. The man literally, I talk about how he's playing psychological games and how he's literally thinks he's Sun fucking Zoo. And he's literally thinks he's reciting out of The Art of War over here. And I want nothing. I keep saying I have no mal. I want nothing bad for you. And he keeps throwing these fucking digs, and it's like, bro, stop. You're harassing me, bro. With your fucking lawsuits, with your nonsense. Stop. Stop. It is what it is, guys. I'm sick of it. Man, the last time he did that too. It's just ridiculous. You got it. Thank you. I got it too. but he feels defamed, but has the right to seek out my content and try to poke me in there. Who do you think you are, bro? This isn't a game. You are playing with federal courts, bro. He is seriously, he thinks because he can pay $400 to file a lawsuit, he gets the carte blanche. No, bro. Look at what you just did, bro. You came into, I stay out of your chat. I stay out of all your cohorts chats. I keep to myself. You are stirring the pot because you like your CPM, buddy. That's what you like, huh? And I like the clip I got the other day where he talks about Bruce and he says, Bruce doesn't understand how good all of his tactics and everything have done for us. Meaning how good his monetization is and his everything like that. He's defamed, but thanking Bruce for how good his antics have made his channel. Lisa says, clear as day, that was harassment. Exactly. I don't have him blocked on my shit because he's a YouTuber with 750,000 subscribers coming to punch down on a YouTuber who's barely got 1,600 subscribers. So does my voice hurt that bad, bro? Seriously? What a fucking joke you are. No wonder your son hates you, bro. I believe him when he said that he was afraid to tell his dad he didn't want to eat his cooking. Because his dad does shit like tactics like this. Yeah, exactly. He says we don't go in his chats. None of us do. None of us do. Sorry, guys. I'm at that point with this guy. It's like, dude, you have played enough psychological warfare. Send the papers, serve me, or dude, you're almost 3 months. I think you have 90 days to serve somebody. Like, shit is ridiculous. The man is suing me because I read a court document and said, yeah, that's true. Because I read a motion in federal court and said, yeah, that's true, which it was true because he did post for 7 days. I have the videos, I have the screenshots, I have everything. And he did say that the purpose of litigation is to bankrupt people, that, and he will do it. And I have him saying it in several instances to several different people, about 7 different people. I have the video, the date it was posted, I have all the comments, I have it all. Truth is the best defense for defamation. Facts. How are you going to sue me for telling the truth, bro? Reading a court motion and adding validity to it, in my opinion. Sorry, guys. Fucking ridiculous. No apologies. This is how you fight back. I'm just over it. I'm sick of this narrative that he spins. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of him making me out to be some bad guy when all I've ever done was call him an asshole and say he's not being a real Christian. Literally, the man, I was the first person to call Jeremy Hales a content farmer, and he did not like that. Jeremy Hales didn't even know what a content farmer was back then. It is what it is, guys. Dave, we got him defamation with all 11 defendants. Yeah, I mean, the stuff he said yesterday, that is what they consider defamation by implication. And it's fucked. It's fucked. And he's already done so much damage to my YouTube channel. I want to show you guys how much damage this guy has done to my YouTube channel. Hold on, guys. I don't even care if you guys see this. I don't care. I want to show you the damage this asshole has done to my YouTube channel. This is where my YouTube channel is, guys. And I don't even care if you guys see this. I don't even care. This is all because somebody tried chilling my speech. Where is it? This is just over. Let me do 90 days here. Should I do 90 days? This is where I'm at, guys. Look at how down my channel is. I was getting 1,800 views a video. Now 80 views a day, 60 views a day. 90 days, I made $261 in the last 90 days. And that's ridiculous. That's the damage that was done to my channel. Now, if I take that back a few months, it's way different. Tortious interference. I could go so many. This is how you show damages, Jeremy. Not just saying it. This is how you show it. The loss of we could talk about my loss of subscribers. We could go down all that because of your little lawsuit. Because people not wanting to come on my channel and interview with me because God forbid they're considered a tortfeasor because I want to interview them. Thomas Collins says, you got to look at it like this, Dave. His 750,000 followers is not only people in the world. There's millions of billion people in this world. I agree. Shar says, don't smoke, have your smoke. I'm clear over here in Oregon and pissed off so bad. I'm having a smoke. All right, well, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to smoke a cigarette. All because your boy never grew up and got his feelings hurt. Feels that way. The man literally, I want to watch. I wish we could watch the first video I ever made on this guy. The first video I ever made, I was so supportive. I was a fan. I made one thing and I asked him to. It was such a good video too. I wasn't mean. I wasn't negative. All I said was, look in the mirror and ask yourself if this is Christian-like. I asked him to reflect, and I got a DMCA, and he's been holding a grudge ever since. The man said he had issues with copyright. I adhered to the copyright. I stopped using any of his footage. The man gave me a copyright strike because I paid an artist. I paid an artist to draw him. He said that their drawing was his. And again, it says, don't smoke on camera. Okay, Granny, I won't. Let me just take one more puff. You win, Granny. I ain't trying to offend anybody. There's a big difference, you haven't. I have no problem showing damages. If I'm gonna claim damages, I have no problem showing it. I have no problem showing it. The only way, I'm not even gonna get into it. I agree, Granny. I apologize. I could not believe this man. I got through 3 minutes of that man's video before I blew my top. And that's exactly it there. And the lady who did the drawing, she made a live stream. And in the video, she said, how can this man claim my art as his? He sure the hell did. And I got a strike for it.
You're awesome.
I would have donated more, but him saying you are all criminals and scammers has stopped me. He has caused a loss of business.
Thank you, only me. Thank you, only me. Thank you. Dave, do you know that new commentator that's been working with Rich and Michael? I was going to talk about her, guys. Leslie, what is her name? I pulled her up here, guys. Her name is Leslie Figueroa or something like that. A really good stuff. I don't want to even play her video because she's using graphics that I don't want to hear. I don't want to even go down that road. But yeah, she's got a channel called the Wisdom and Wonder channel is one of her subscribers, and then she's got another one called Legally Leslie Live is her other channel. And I've watched all of it. It was pretty good. Michael is a very commanding presence on the microphone. You could tell he's a host. I used to have that same issue. I used to have that same issue where, you just want to, it's not hogging the mic. I don't want to say Mike hogs the mic. He doesn't. He has a story he's trying to tell. I just I can't wait to get to know more of this Leslie person. And never met the lady, never, didn't even, that's Michael Volpe out here doing, his journalist thing. Like I said, it's gonna start expanding. You know what I'm saying? Wait till it gets out that not only is this man suing an 80-year-old veteran, not only is he suing multiple disabled people, but he's suing an autistic man who finds joy talking on the internet, and that's the videos he makes online is what gives him confidence to overcome all of his social awkwardness and everything. Imagine how the news is going to react when this all comes out, that this man gets so butthurt by an autistic guy in his 30s with 1,500 little subscribers that he taunts him, plays psychological warfare games with him, teases him in chat with the court system, pokes and prods him. Didn't this man's lawyer just get sanctioned for in essence poking and prodding Bruce and saying, I'm going to threaten with sanctions. I'm going to threaten you with this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Didn't he just threaten all that? You know what I'm saying? I could have swore there was a lawyer that just was sanctioned for doing that. And in essence, we got a plaintiff now who's doing that to defendants. And I like how he goes federal court. Like, I don't know how to read this guy is crazy. I'll tell you what, though, buddy. I recommend he looks up statute 770.07, which he clearly did not abide by, even though he listed me as a media figure. Law is on my side in this, bro. And I just can't wait till the more news channels start picking up on this, because he's not going to come out smelling like roses. He's not. I never wish malice on this man. After all, and he's still doing it. He's still out here. Like, he has nothing better to do at 10:40 in the morning Central Standard Time than to watch a little YouTuber with 66 concurrent viewers. That is what makes his day, is being able to talk shit to an autistic dude with 66 concurrent viewers. You are a classy fucking individual, you are, Mr. Jeremy Hales. What a fucking piece of work you are. Bet you your mother's very proud. I'm so So what's up, guys? But yeah, I encourage you guys to check out this video. I'm gonna post it in that's the interview with Richard Luthman, Michael Volpe, and this Legally Leslie lady. I believe she's a lawyer too, or was a lawyer, and that makes like 4 actual lawyers that I know, besides the lawyers I've consulted with, that find this case frivolous. Okay. But then, of course, we got that pro ecosystem over there that has one lawyer who's a DUI lawyer. And even he, in my opinion, is speaking veiled. I'm not even gonna get to it, but you guys should watch the DUI guy's video about being pro se. I felt like he was speaking to certain parties. Um, that's all I'm gonna say. I felt like, let's just say, I think that video found the mark it was supposed to be going, that it was aimed towards. Michelle says, we stand up for each other, everyone. You'll be in court, be whatever. Felt so much love and support from this community, and we thank you so much for it. I agree. I love all of you guys. I love you all. Thomas says, actually, his mother hates him. Oh, man. I heard that. Tiny Tim says, when your whole family hates you, you might just be the problem. I know that because I was a problem for a while. I know that feeling when you gotta do some self-reflection and you gotta ask yourself, what the hell is going on here? Yeah. Boy, I can't thank you guys all enough for just even watching. I seriously, I can't thank you guys enough. See you later. We're taking wife to the doctor appointment. That's cool. I'm getting ready to sign off myself, guys. I have not heard anything about Tori. I hope her surgery was good. I really do. Yeah, guys, I had to speak my mind today, and like I said, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. And I'm here, guys. I'm here. I'm sick of letting mind games and manipulation. And the man was literally torturing me in a way he knew what he was doing. And I don't know how many times I could say, hey man, this is business. Stop making shit personal and affecting me on a personal level. Boy, how out of order was that man coming into my chat? How out that? I mean, that is some serious. Oh man, that is some serious out of order shit. You've made my day. Thank you. Tiny Tim, you are the best. All of you guys are the best. I want to thank all of my mods. Lisa says, I think he calls me a man because he is astonished that I have that a woman won't back down to him. Yeah, I mean, either that or he's just got the brain of a 10-year-old and he thinks that type of humor, is cool. I mean, then again, the guy still likes toys and yeah, I guess. Concerned Planet says, really great to see you back, Dave. Hey guys, I'm just no apologies.
You're awesome.
No apologies on smoking. I smoke. I've seen pages striked for smoking. Smoke away. Much love.
Fair. I'm gonna have a cigarette after that. And that's another thing, guys. I was smoke free until all this shit happened. I shit you not. I was just doing my vape. Very little. I was vaping. And now with all this anxiety and stress, I haven't relapsed or anything. And that's not, I'm so proud of myself. I think I'm at a point in my life now where just drug use is not a possibility for me anymore. I'm proud of myself for saying that. I don't want to say never, but I feel confident that even with all this shit going on, picking up didn't even seem like an answer. But I did pick up nicotine. I did start smoking cigarettes, and I've been smoking a lot of cigarettes. And yeah, that's the one thing that's bad that's came out of this. But I'll get back on it and I'll stop. Oh, what else do we got here? I just wanted to thank all of you guys again for coming in. Thank you all for your continued support. I hope you guys all enjoyed your stickers. I will be doing another giveaway soon. Again, guys, I don't want this to be a war. This isn't a fight. This isn't anything. I want to be able to make content and say what's on my mind. And why am I feeling like my speech is chilled? It shouldn't be. That's what we have anti-slaps for in this country. And it's about time we start standing up to start showing people that, hey, this is America. And in America, you're allowed to call somebody an asshole. And yeah. Kristen says, I smoke. I gave it up. Real bad shit. Opinions are not defamation, dimwit. Timestamp that. Amen. And again, Tiny Tim says, thank you for the donation, guys. Thank you. And like I said, guys, I will never, ever, ever, ever ask you for any donations. What I showed you guys today was my ad revenue. I even questioned showing you guys that. But I'm showing damages. I'm showing how a channel that was on a skyrocket ship going up, 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 gaining seriously 70, 80, 90 subscribers a day, doing amazing, amazing numbers, went down after his announcement of what in my opinion is a frivolous lawsuit, down to not even able to make YouTube payments a month. You need to have at least $100 a month to cash out your YouTube, and I haven't been able to do that for over 2 months now. That I just showed you that I will never ask for money. I don't want to. I'm never, no pity, none of that. That was just to show you guys there are damages here, and that's what that was. But I'll never ask you for anything. I seriously appreciate all of you, all the donations, everything. You guys are the best, and I agree with John. We'll get together and without a cocktail. I agree, guys. With all that being said, guys, I love you. Today, tell somebody you love them. Don't tell them. You're going to see them in federal court. With all that being said, burn the world in the house. Burn, you missed it. It's been a good stream. I talked about your last live stream, Burn, where the slugger was trying to get somebody to call somebody else a PDF file. I thought that was amazing for somebody that was just about sued for using that word. Now is trying to get others to say it. Classy man that slugger is. Kevin J says, your skin should be tougher now, Dave. Build it back up. That's all I can do, man. What's going to happen is going to happen. Tiny Dave won't ask, but I will. Oh, thank you, Tiny Tim. All right, guys. I love you. I will see you guys next time.
Supa Dave.